in the bowling for the 5th over. Spin being introduced. Looking for a quick single, not there. Normia is the new bowler. Aman, you're absolutely right. There has been very good intent from these two batters today as compared to yesterday. It was really a struggle for them in the power play yesterday. Beaton was behind for a single.
I rightly mentioned there is a very positive intent, almost 6 and over. It's a very good start, I would say, in the power play. The other teams have struggled to get runs on the board, especially in the first 6-7 overs. Here these two batters have done smart thing, not going for the big shots, instead searching for ones and twos.
Normia continues. Just defended this time. Yeah, that's right. The skipper of Pahang women said she would have loved to have bowled first at the toss, but she said that now that they're batting first, they will have to look to put a score of close to 120, considering the conditions. And they look to be well on set for that. What do you think, Herman?
Yeah, it's a good start. Anything over 120 or perhaps 130 is a winning total. Especially today, you have to search a lot of runs with the ones and twos.
Quick single taken there. That's got a bit of running. They've shown a lot more intent with their running as well, which is much better to see.
Yeah, that is something that I haven't seen much in this tournament, but they've been doing really, really well.
Could be a chance for a run out here. Ooh, direct hit and she was gone. Good bit of fill in there, but just couldn't manage to get the direct hit. 5 overs done. Pahang 27 for no loss.
Last over of the power play. It's been a very good power play, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's been a really good power play. No wickets lost, and they've got themselves off to a decent start. They'll be looking to just get a few more runs here before the end of the power play.
Yes, that would be the idea. Get somewhere around that 6 and over or just around 5.4. I reckon that's a very good start.
Pulled away in the gap, running away to the boundary, first boundary of the morning. And what a time to have it in the last over of the power play.
That was a very good shot. It was a poor delivery and the treatment being given, resulting in 4 runs. That was a very good shot.
Once again in the gap, running behind square. This time will not go to the boundary. Can they come back for a second? Yes, they do. Good bit of running once again.
Runs coming in freely. Aggressive start.
Once again, similar area behind square. Can they come back for a second? And they decide against it. Oh, they're coming for it, and this could be a run out. No damage done in the end, but there was definitely some hesitation, and we thought there would be some trouble. Aman, what do you have to say about that?
Well, that was complete chaos there in the center. Yes and a no, but a chance being missed, I would say, by the Negeri side. That should have been the first wicket for them.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Now the fielder at square leg takes a few steps back. It's in the air just behind square. Running away behind square once again. But this time just a single. The conditions already taking a toll on the batters. Cannot be running the twos every time. That's the end of the power play. What a power play it's been for Pahang. 36 for no loss.
Yeah, finishing off with a run rate of 6 and over. That's pretty decent. Not a bad toss to lose, as you would say.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. After losing the toss, being put into bat, they've definitely made good work of it. And now deservedly taking their breathers and rehydrating.
So Minur Mia, she's going to come in for the seventh over.
Yeah, she bowled a good first over in the power play. Ooh, beautifully bowled, and she's got a wicket. I must admit, that was a slightly lazy shot. Could have been on the front foot to defend that, but Nuridaya probably running those tools have taken a toll on her. Let's have a look at this again, Herman.
That was a very good delivery. It was a very lazy shot as well. There's a lot of gap between the bat and pad and through the gates. Minur Mia gets the big wicket. 56 for 1. A good start after the power play for the bowling side.
Yeah, Nuridaya played really well for her 21, but has to depart. But she's given a good start to Pahang women. Now it's up to the rest of the batters to take this forward and fulfill the captain's wish. Beautifully bowled first up. Nolina, the new batter. Flirting with danger at the moment. Just ekes an inside edge almost back onto her stumps. She's really bowling well at the moment. Is Normia. Definitely put the brakes on after the power play.
So they've come up with a plan, Aryan. The right thing to do as well.
That is a risky shot as well. Yeah, looks like they're just looking to slow the pace down, not give any pace for the batters to work with. That seems to be the plan, Herman.
Yeah, it's a very slow start after the power play. Not a proper shot. Selection done. And this be a maiden over.
Yeah, this was again once again in the air, but she gets herself off the mark with the brace. So still a very good over. Spoils the maiden. Normia only 2 runs off that and a wicket. That is a great over. Pahang women after 7 overs, 38 for 1.
The over was 38 for 1. A pretty good over. Right after the power play, bringing in some control as well.
Negeri Sembilan need a few more quiet overs like this to get back into this contest. Interesting field here. Square leg is back, so is fine leg as Amuni comes in. Imuni rather. Noor and Sierra looking to get herself going once again after the power play. It's a high full toss, signal the no ball by the umpire, and false start here. Free hit coming up, Herman.
Yeah, it's just that loose delivery which will just give that rhythm towards the batting side. Pahang, the previous over, they were struggling, and there's no ball. We just give them that chance now to extend those arms. Lean on strike for the free hit Aryan.
And cannot really take all of it. It was an interesting appeal as well. Seems like they might have just slipped out of the mind that it was a free hit. Leg by signal by the umpire. Yeah, you're right. This was an opportunity for Nurlina to get her innings going, but not to be.
Yes, as a batter, you wait for such opportunities. Just get a chance and make the most out of it.
That's much better bowling. It's back off a length, got some extra bounce as well. I was having a look at the pitch early this morning, and it did look slightly on the damper side, which was explained by the captains during the toss. That's the reason
Yes.
they both wanted to bowl first. Wide signal by the umpire. The ball just skidding on, which can be an advantage for the batters. But if you couple that with some extra bounce, it's not the best batting conditions. But so far, Pahang women have made a good start. What do you think, Herman?
Yeah, it's a very good start. Somewhere down the road, you have a very good score on the board. You want to just build up on this innings. There's another quick single being trampled in.
Yeah, that's what they need at the moment. Just build a partnership. Make sure that the dot balls are reduced. Nurlina, the new batter, faced just the 6 deliveries. Glanced away, seems to be peppering that area, all these batters. Skip of Negeri Sembilan understands that that is a hot spot. She's got her best fielder there.
I think it's a smart thing to do is keep those ones and twos coming in. Strike rotation is very important. The overs done. 44 for the loss of 2. Another wicket.
Yeah, just hint of shape into the right hander, and there was nothing she could do about that. Maybe she could have been more on the front foot, but she has to depart after 14 of 22 deliveries. Now we have two relatively new batters at the crease. This is the moment for Negeri Sembilan
time to now add on some pressure on the batting side of Pahang. The bowling department has to do better, I would say.
Yeah, that's right. But this could be the sort of motivation that they're looking for. It's like another bowling change. The skipper, Sarah, gonna be bowling her first delivery. Maybe not the captain. I beg your pardon. Love to see the fielders close in and try to prevent singles with this new batters. The moment you can figure out where to get the singles, and there are many spots in the field. And some hesitation and a misfield, which ends up yielding just a single. Should have been a run out there, you would think. Aman.
I thought that should have been another wicket. Again, the fielders fumbling that in. There has been a mixed bag of fielding, I would say. There has been some good fielding, and then there has been some very sloppy field as well.
Yeah, when you know that your team isn't in the best of situations where the runs have flowed easily, you need to take those chances not to be left-handed. Noriman now. It's a good first.
What score do you think, Aryan, is going to be a good one in the end of that 20th over?
Just get back to it after the delivery. Slight hesitation, but no run. Getting back to your point, Herman. I think, like the skipper of Pahang women mentioned, that anything close to 120 or 130 would be a winning score, I think, especially considering the slightly slow outfield. Both these teams haven't had the result that they would have wished for yesterday. So, slightly low on confidence, driven away. Looking for a quick single. This could be a run out. And the umpire says the batter is just in. Wow, that was a close shave, Herman.
Yeah, that was a very risky one. It was a good throw as well. But she makes it just in time before the bails were taken off. Look at that pick up and throw. Very quick release as well. Commendable fielding.
Yeah, I must admit it was closer than I thought. Last delivery of a good over. And ends with a dot. 9 overs done. Pahang women 46 for 2.
Has been a very good start, I would say. 9 overs, 46 with a loss of 2 wickets.
Yeah, Negeri Sembilan just pulling things back in the last few overs after the power play. Only 10 runs have come after the power play, and they've lost 2 wickets in 3 overs. So another change in the bowling. Puteri Shahira to bowl to the left-handed Noriman. It's in the air, just over the captain there, and they'll come back for a second. They're definitely living dangerously. The fielders need to be on top of the game here. The chances are going to keep coming.
That was half a chance. I think she tried well, but just couldn't get that. It's a really
Just
tough
taken a
one.
few steps back. That's beautifully played. That's good batting. So that the fielders have taken a few steps back. Just dropped it there for a single. That's good batting, Herman.
Yeah, very sensible batting as well. Very calculated risk. And they've been making sure that they get the runs on the board.
Yeah, the field is well spread, which I'm not too sure I understand too much. Oh, it's in the air once again. Slight misfield and a single. The running has to be a bit better here. This definitely should have been more than 2 down by now. Keeper just has a few words of advice for her bowler. Where to pitch the ball. Down the leg side. Signal to wide. And with that single of the previous delivery, Pahang women have raised 50 in 9.3 overs. And quick single taken once again. Fielders need to be on their toes. There's definitely a run out coming, you can sense it, Herman.
Yeah, they've been in two minds whether to go for the single or not, and that might just result in a wicket here.
Yeah, the intent has always been to take those singles, but sometimes they need to be careful about who they're running into. Well bowled there, just a hint of turn. That ensures that the ball is not a wide.
Last delivery of just around the halfway stage, Aryan. 52 for 2.
Yeah, 10 overs done. 52 for 2, Pahang women. It's time to take a drink. We'll be back in a short while. Are we live? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So at the halfway stage, for 2, Arman, what's your take on this? What are the score that they're looking at?
Well, I think they put a 52, get in another 60, 70 run in the last 10 overs. It's a good delivery. And Serena.
A good start
Aryan.
after the drinks break rather. Yeah, about 60 to 70 runs could get them to about 120, which I think would be a really good score.
Yeah, it's going to be a very fighting score, I feel.
Looking for a quick single. Could have been a chance for a run out if there was a better throw.
Better throw was needed there.
That brings Nurlina on strike, who struggled with timing and with the rotation of strike. And quick single here again. Yeah, that's good running. Need to be closer there in the field, Arman.
Yeah, you want to add in some pressure of building up that dot deliveries.
Down the leg side, even wide. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They need to close in here. This is the moment they should be going for the kill, because if they give away easy singles, they will reduce the pressure on Pahang women, and they won't feel the need to go for the big shot. At the moment, the field is widespread. The inner fielders are also on the 30-yard circle.
That's what he mentioned.
Driven away in the gap, going in front of square. They'll come back for a second.
Sensible running as well, I would say. They need to keep continuing getting those runs.
Let's go ball this time. Straighter on the stumps.
Try and get those wickets in. Be a little more attacking with the bowling arm, I would say.
Dot balls and singles seem to be the name of the game. 11 overs done. Pahang women 57 for 2.
The 9 overs. Don't you think that the last 2 to 3 overs that runs have stopped in before they were coming in much easier?
And the umpire says that it's hit the pad. Yeah, the runs have definitely dried up in the last 2 or 3 overs. But they're just looking to build a partnership for now, and then they look to launch in a few overs, you would think. But yeah, they need to keep rotating the strike a bit better. There are definitely lots of gaps in the field. They just need to find them. Mooney bowling a second over. There's an appeal here, and it's been given. Well, I must say, at first glance, it looked a bit 50-50, but the umpire thinks that would have crashed into leg stump. Arman, what do you think of that decision?
Yeah, I think it was a good one. Took his time, raises that finger up. That right in front of that leg stump, I feel, middle and leg. And a big wicket coming in. And Mooney strikes the third wicket down for just 57 are in.
Yeah, definitely in some trouble now. The runs have dried up, and now they've got yet another new batter at the crease. And Mooney bowling really well here. 1.2 overs, 2 for 5. Raimi, the new batter. First delivery, here we go. It's in the air and just short of the bowler. Living dangerously here, Herman.
Yeah, living on the edge, as you would say.
They definitely cannot afford to lose another wicket here. Things will be going south. Once again in the air. See that the pressure is definitely building on the batters here. Nuriman always ready to take a single, but Nuraimi cannot find the gaps at the moment. Herman, what an over this has been by Aimoni.
Yeah, she's bowled well. She hasn't leaked any runs. Bowling with a lot of discipline.
And we have a wicket maiden.
Eight more overs remaining. The last 8 overs. The previous over, a wicket maiden. And 2 overs, she's picked up 2 wickets and given away just 5 runs. Those figures speak for itself.
They definitely do. Pahang women need a partnership and they need some runs in the partnership. Nuriman is taking strike now, the left-hander. Starts with the dot.
Starts with a dot delivery. Miss Lena holding her third over.
Beautifully bowled there, just back of a length. Looking to cut was Nuriman, but no connection.
He was trying to take a flash at it. Completely missed. Makes it another dot delivery. This dot delivery is now building up a little too much, I would say.
And some hesitation here, and this should be a run out. Once again, cannot pick it up. I think this is the third or fourth chance that they've missed for a run out. You really need to go for the kill here, Herman, at this stage. If they let another partnership build, things could get a bit difficult for them later on.
Yeah, they need to go for the kill, as you said. But here, the only concern for me is the batting side has now taken a lot of backseat. 57 for 3 in 12.4 overs. They were around 52. I think 10 overs or 9 overs, if I'm not wrong.
In the last 11 deliveries have been dots, maybe even more than that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. After the power play, they were 36 for no loss. They've only scored 21 runs in the next 7 overs. That has brought the current rate down to 4.44 from somewhere around the 6 and over mark. Definitely, it has been a struggle after the power play. Inside half of the bat, and we have yet another maiden over. The struggles continuing here for Pahang women. Negeri Sembilan have been really disciplined with the line and length in the past few overs. 13 overs done, 57 for 3.
Yeah, the dot deliveries now are just turning out to be a little bit of a crime at the moment. How gutted would you be were just around 6 and over, and now you're just succumbing against the pressure. And some very good bowling as well. You can't take that away from the bowling side.
And first runs in 12 plus deliveries to wide down the leg side. Interesting to see that the skipper decided to change the bowling and already yielded an extra.
Yeah, that is something I feel very strange. If a bowler is doing well, why not just finish off the overs? What do you reckon, Arjun?
And that's beautifully played in the gap. Can they come back for a second? Yes, they can. 2 runs taken. I think I absolutely agree with you, especially in this stage of the game, with only 7 overs left, with the team just 3 down, and you need more wickets. You need your best bowler for the day on, and I think might have missed the trick, but we'll have to wait and see. And that's a misfill by the skipper there, allows a single.
Just one more run added on. So this over, some runs coming in. Some handy runs as well.
That's well bowled this time, wide outside the off stump. Yeah, you're right. As you can see, that the bat is looking slightly more comfortable against Puteri Shahira, rather. Nuriman, 8 of 18. It's in the air, and once again, it's safe. Good bit of fielding there to prevent the boundary. They end up coming back for 2. Definitely a lot of intent being shown now. Hasn't shown in the results yet in the past few overs, but good to see that looking to push on.
It's been a very good over for them as compared to the previous 2 to 3 overs.
Punched away in the gap, running away. The skipper is chasing it. Yet another brace. Conditions have changed in the past 5 or 6 overs. The clouds have disappeared. The sun is out. And seems to be ideal conditions if you're talking about the lack of rain, but not ideal conditions in terms of the heat. Last delivery of the over.
Yeah, pretty warm out there.
Direct hit, but the batter in the crease there. Yeah, it's really hot now. In the morning it was slightly cooler, but now the sun is pelting down, which I think will also improve the wicket. 14 overs done. Pahang women 66 for 3.
Yeah, as the sun beats down on that pitch, the pitch becomes even more batter friendly. It will come onto the surface of the bat much easier. And as a batting team, as a bowling team will be happy to see that so that the batters can enjoy some batting.
Oh, that's good pace there. Okay, Sara, 3 overs, none for 7. Is gonna finish her spell. Yeah, you're right. The skipper would be really happy that she chose to bowl first. Now that conditions are slightly easing off for batting, considering that the sun is belting down.
How often we have seen, there have been so many instances that the captains win the toss and right away they want to go for a bowl first, want to exploit that morning conditions.
Yeah, I think it's a common sight in T20 cricket, especially early in the morning when there's some dew and some rain as well, like we saw this last night. As we see a wide down the leg side, extra runs being considered. I think that is the way to go in T20s. We saw yesterday both the teams at the Getty Jamantin winning by 10 wickets chasing. So that really seems to be the way to go.
Yeah, right, you mentioned. That surely should be the way to go.
Wide inside the off stump. Tisara bowled a maiden in the previous over. Now struggling a bit to continue the same rhythm. And it's edged away, gone behind square. Once again, not going to reach the boundary. Need to do some hard yards and come back for a second.
Building some runs here. These runs will matter. Another 5 overs after this. They should be eyeing at least another 40 runs.
Well, ball just a hint of shape away. Yeah, somewhere around 40 more runs. I think could get them to about 110. Which again is a challenging total. The moment they reach 3 digits, I think it would be a bit challenging. What do you think, Harman?
Yeah, anything over around the 90 plus mark or 100, as you mentioned, 3 digits, psychologically plays that barrier.
Oh, it's in the air, but well played. But just plucks in the outfield and the pushed well to come back for a second. Yet another misfield. This over has been a fruitful one. 7 runs of it already. Yet another delivery to go. Raimi pushing for any runs that she can get in this last 5 overs. Beautifully bowled. That's the end of 15 overs. We're 3/4 of the way into this innings. Pahang women 73 for 3.
Last 5 overs remaining. 30 legal deliveries is what we are left with. Women. They were asked to go for a bat by the skipper of Negeri Sembilan. And Almuni has been called back. She's bowled really well, 2 overs, given away 5 runs and has picked up 2 wickets as well. And the captain will be wanting another one from her.
Away will start. Well set off. Brings us back to the point that she was asked to take a break after bowling 2 very good overs, which I'm not too sure I understand, but the captain had her own plans. You can see already sort of lost her rhythm. First delivery wide outside the off stump, now going to change her angle, coming around the wicket. That's beautifully played in front of square. Come back for a second. Definitely you can see
More
that
runs
the
added
heat
to the
is taking,
scoreboard.
you can see that the heat is taking a toll on the batters. They're constantly having to run.
Very warm day. It has been a very warm day as well, Aryan.
No timing this time. Yeah, it's getting warm recently in the past hour or so. morning it was much better conditions in terms of the heat. I think we expect it to get warmer as we reach midday. The run rate has just climbed, approaching the 5 runs and over mark. And glanced away behind square. This should be runs. Will this go to the boundary? Oh, it's just gonna stop. And all they can do is come back for 2 runs.
It's good feeling. Saving the boundary. This is what you want. Fielders to support you.
And this time beautifully played. Will this go to the boundary? No, it's an action replay of the previous delivery. The ball just stops right near the boundary. This is the sort of day we're going to have today with the overnight rain. Outfield slightly on the slower side. She hit it really well, but not to be. Going back to the point that Aimuni, after taking a break, doesn't seem to be the same bowler anymore.
I think you've got to be powering that shots more. That's a wide delivery. That was a very poor delivery there.
That was an overcorrection. She was going slightly down the leg side in the previous delivery. She tries to correct it. It goes way outside of this time. It's been a good over this. 8 runs already of 4 deliveries. Now Aimuni changing her angle again. Arman, what do you have to say about the break that she was given after bowling 2 good overs?
I think that was a wrong move. Oh, that's a good appeal. And the finger goes up. Wicket number 3. Aimuni has been the pick of the bowlers.
I can see the happiness, the relief in the face of the bowler and the skipper. Says thank you for trusting me. Let's have a look at this again. It was started from outside leg but swung in line, and I think that is a good decision.
And that is a good decision. So 81 for 4 in 15.5 overs. There's still more 4.1 overs and I think Aimuni should have been continued. And she was bowling 2 very good overs. She should have completed her spell. But nonetheless, a little late when she picks up another one.
Amalin is the new batter, and it's in the air once again. Just short of the bowler. It's a good comeback from Aimuni. Yes, she's given away 8 runs, but she's got the important wicket of the set batter. 16 overs done. Only 4 left. Pahang women 81 for 4.
Just got another 4 overs to finish off 24 legal deliveries.
That's beautifully played. But there's a fielder there and they're looking to come back for a second. There should be a run out. But the throw was slightly slow and loopy. Definitely flirting with danger.
Yeah, they've been liking that. And I feel that was a very risky one. As you mentioned, Darid flirting with danger.
Beautifully played and well timed. This should go to the boundary. And what a piece of fielding we've witnessed here. This is the commitment that we talk about. Was definitely going to the boundary, but what an effort there. Running all the way from long off and pulling it just back in. Harman, over to you.
Yeah, that was too good fielding. A lot of ground to cover. Good match awareness. Look at that. She saves it and comes back, returns it, saves a run for the side. Every run matters.
Just short of the skipper there. And Amalin off the mark.
Another drop catch, I would say. That could have been a catch.
Once again, looks to be Pepper in the offside area. Feel set for that. Beautifully bowled, but still a good over that. 7 runs off it with 3 overs left. Pahang women 88 for 4.
Final 18 deliveries to play for. That's what the remaining overs are. You can see the dugout of Pahang women's side. Another 3 overs. Can they get towards another 12 runs? We'll put them over that 200 mark. 100 mark. Arjun?
And that's gone behind square. Can they come back for a second? They decide against it, and rightly so. Good throw there, returned by the fielder. Yeah, they would definitely be looking to get more than 100. It's just 11 runs away now. Can they get themselves to 110? I think that's a winning score in this wicket. Cut away behind square. And it's running away. Come back for a second. It's good batting.
Yeah, looking for 2 runs right away. Very good running. 91. 9 more away from the 3 digits. Aryan?
Yeah, they should definitely get to 100. That's beautifully played. But straight to the fielder there. Definitely looking at 110 here.
From here they should be eyeing at least 110.
And there's an appeal here, but doesn't look like the bowler got a hand to it.
Had she got a hand to it, Aryan, that could have been a wicket. As the batter was well short of the crease.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. She was nowhere in the frame. Oh, how has that missed leg stump? They're looking for a quick single. And that's a run out. You can understand the thinking. They're looking for runs. But you also need to hold your wicket at this stage. Herman, that wasn't the best of calls.
Yeah, that was suicidal. That was absolutely suicidal, I would say.
Yeah, perhaps the runner thought that the wicket keeper would be confused as to where the ball has gone. Not to be. batter on strike, full toss. That's the end of 18 overs. Pahang women 92 for 5.
The last 8 overs have been real slow and a mix, I would say. That's a good thing. They're getting towards that 100 mark. 12 deliveries and 8 runs away. They've got all the chances.
That's well bowled. Normi bowling her last over. Interesting sort of an action. Looks like she's bowling some carom balls.
She's got a very interesting bowling action. The dot ball, Aryan. This is good work.
Yeah, this game has been a seesaw. Runs coming, wickets falling. Every time Pahang women are looking to get away with the game, Negeri Sembilan fight back through some great bowling. And she's got a wicket. Normia has got no Raimi. And now 6 down. 2 new batters are going to be at the crease with 9 deliveries left. Arman, this is falling apart.
Yeah, this is just not good batting, I would say. Should have been a little better off guard in the death overs and straight onto the stumps. See you later. Bye bye. Second wicket for Normia. 92 for 6.
And Normi has bowled really well. She deserves the wicket that she's gotten. New batter at number 8 is Aula. And plays a drive and poses for the camera. Just 8 deliveries left now. What an over this has been. No run and a wicket. And this time down the leg side. Managed to come back for a single. Now 100 looks probably around the maximum they can get.
Yeah, still one more over. You never know. T20 is a funny format. Anything can be a possibility, I say. This has been some good work. Just the 1 run conceded.
Just a single to end the over. What a spell this has been from Normia. 4 overs, 2 for 14. She's definitely pleased her captain with that effort. Last over, 94 runs on the board. Can they get themselves onto 3 digits? Just the psychological barrier that they would like to overcome. As we can see, the next batter, number 17, ready to go in when required.
You gotta be ready. You gotta be on the toes. Shows that she's ready to get in, even for the last over.
Starts off with a wide down the leg side. Yeah, she was quite literally on her toes there. Noor Alisha.
That's the right thing to do.
Yep, that's right. In these last 6 deliveries, you know everything will be going at a rate of knots. You need to be ready for everything. Noor Alisha, expensive in her 2 overs. And down the leg side. But there's a fielder there. Just a single.
So they've got towards 96, Aryan. Another 4 runs and 5 deliveries. Very possible.
Yeah, I think they should definitely get themselves onto 100. Can they find a boundary from somewhere? That's another dot ball.
And that was a very good delivery. Very slow through the air. Not allowing pace on offer.
That's a good shot. In the gap, can they come back for a second? They're pushing for it, and the throw is not the best. They do come back for a second. 98
Good
now, three
running.
deliveries
Got a
left.
push. This is very good running, I would say. Trying to create opportunities wherever possible.
Oh, it's in the air. This should be taken. And that is a very good catch, mid off. Just to make more inroads with 2 deliveries left. Arman, that was a really good catch, don't you think?
Yes, that was an excellent catch. Kept her eyes on the ball till the very end. And that was a typical catch. It was a good shot as well. A lot of power being used behind that shot. A little unlucky that she found the fielder. It was not a bad shot.
Yeah, I think just her weight was slightly on the back foot, which didn't allow her to get the distance. She got good elevation, but not enough distance. We're talking about number 17. Here we go. She's on strike. 2 deliveries left. She was on her toes in the dugout earlier. And single taken off the mark. 99.
99. They're getting an inch closer towards the 3 digits. I think it's been a very good batting display. It's a very good score. I think it's a score that can be a winning total.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Here we go. Last delivery coming up. Arefa will be facing. Short ball pulled away and it's been dropped, but this could be a run out. And yes, it's been a run out. So they will not get to 3 digits, but they will have to chase down 3 digits. Will Negeri Sembilan? 99 for 8 is what they've managed in the 20 overs. Arman, you mentioned earlier this could be a winning total. What are your thoughts at the innings break?
I think it's a very good score. 99 for the loss of 7. Make that 99 for 8 with that run out of the last delivery. Not much of batting. One getting 21 of 21. Nurain got 14. Then Nuriman got 19 of 28. Nuraimi got 14. And then those single digits, some runs chipped in. That run rate of 4.95. 15 extras, a little bit of concern. Aryan, what do you reckon on that?
Yeah, I think we'll just wait to get to the bowling scorecard and have a look at how the bowlers fared. But 15 extras, definitely slightly on the higher side. That's a good 2.5 extra overs. As we have a look at the bowlers, Noor Alisha early on was slightly expensive, 3 overs, 1 for 22. And the pick of the bowlers were the two in the middle here, Noor Mia, 4 overs, 2 for 14, and Aimuni, 3 overs, 3 for 13 with the maiden. Well supported as well by Kezara, 4 overs, 1 maiden for 14 runs. Unlucky not to have gotten a wicket. But 99 for 8, so the target is 100 in the 20 overs for Negeri Sembilan. We'll take a short break and be back for the run chase. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to innings number 2 of this Eliminator. Negeri Sembilan women have an uphill task. They need to chase 100 runs in the 20 overs. Full start here. Aula is the first bowler. With that, I'd like to welcome Arman to the com box with me. What do you think of this target?
As I mentioned, can be a match-winning total. Starts off with a dot delivery.
Oh, beautifully bowled there. Hint of shape in and run taken. So they're off the mark. Is Noor Liana and Negeri Sembilan women. Again, right on the money, attacking the stumps. Puteri up to the mark. And how crucial will the power play be? We saw how difficult run scoring had become after the power play.
Yeah, I think the first 6 overs are always the crucial ones. There you can see Terry trying to take a big swing. She misses it completely. Another dot delivery.
This time the umpire decides that's a wide, just outside the wide line. Oh, what a delivery that is! It started outside off, just shaved back in to the right-hander. And Negeri Sembilan have lost their first wicket. That of Puteri. Let's have a look at this again, Herman.
That was an excellent delivery. Look at that swing as well. Top of off stump.
Yeah, and
there's the first wicket. Not a good start.
Yeah, off to the worst possible start right there. We know the importance of the power play and how difficult run scoring gets as the ball gets older. Definitely haven't got off to the best of starts. One Puteri has been replaced by another Puteri. Puteri Nurizati to face the last delivery of the first over from Aula. What an over this is. Just 2 runs and a wicket. Negeri Sembilan in early trouble.
Yeah, not a good start, but a very good over.
It's in the air just over the fielder. Juliana off the mark. ball once again. It's in the air. This should be taken. And yet another wicket. So Puteri has followed the first Puteri back into the dugout. This time Puteri Nurizati looking to go straight down the ground and ended up falling out to extra cover. Arman, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah. Just trying a little too extra, trying to go for the big shot and a good catch. Look at that catch, kept her eyes on the ball till the very end. And as you mentioned, both the Buteris back into the dugout. Not a good start. It's the skipper walking back, just the 3 runs on the board and a couple of wickets down. Chasing 100. Looks like a very good score now. Zian, she comes in at number 4. Aryan.
Yeah, Izyan Nafisa. Oh, that's a bad delivery. Just below the waist, says the umpire. Off the mark.
Pretty lucky, the bowler, to get away with that one. Runs, a couple of wickets down. Negeri Sembilan, not the kind of start they would have hoped for, coming out to chase.
And it's in the air once again, but just falls in no man's land. Wow, wow, wow. Things seem to be happening here early on in the second innings.
And not in their element that start would have.
There should be a run out here.
Another chance.
And yes, it is. Arman, over to you.
Well, Aryan, this is excellent piece of fielding. And look at that. They have been celebrating double strike in the over, the final delivery of the over, and 3 wickets down. A very sharp run out, Aryan.
Yeah, that was beautiful piece of fielding there. And now 3 down in 2 overs. Things going from bad to worse. They're already chasing a big total.
Big ask, this one.
It's in the air and yet another wicket. Would you believe it? 13 deliveries, 5 runs, 4 wickets. This seems to me like a football scorecard more than a cricket scorecard.
Well, I was about to say that, Aryan, that it looks like a football scorecard. Fourth wicket down. What's happening here? 100 looks like 300 at the moment for them. And look at that
Yes,
jubilation.
yes, the credit should go to the bowlers, but massive credit to the fielders. They've taken all their catches and they've taken the run out as well. 4 down in 13 deliveries, and Aula has 2 for 2 in 7 deliveries.
Not a decent start. 5 runs, 4 wickets down. Noor Nisreen now walks out. She wouldn't have expected to come in so early. Five runs on the board. Aryan, your thoughts on this?
Well, they're definitely going down like 9 pings. This should definitely help. A wide. Sara bowled really well. Now it's up to her batting to get Negeri Sembilan out of this hole. And that's well bowled outside the off stump. It's wide down the leg side.
Yeah, these wides will help the batting side. Ola, 4 runs given, 2 wickets in just 1.2 overs. She started off really well, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's done really well here. Oh, looking to slog over the leg side.
What do you think, Aryan, would be the right technique here for the batters?
I think required run rate 5 and over, just above 5 and over at the moment. So let me get back to that after this delivery. It's in the air. No man's land once again, just a single. I think they should be worried about building a partnership at this point. They've already lost 4 wickets. There's a stat that if you lose 3 wickets in the power play, you end up losing 60% of your games. They've already lost 4 and we're not even halfway through the power play. So just build a partnership, get themselves onto 7-8 overs without losing another wicket. Then they can assess from there.
That's a very fair and a valid point that you have mentioned.
And looking for a bye here. That's good running there. The runner there, Kisara, up to the task. Prepared for that. It's in the air, just short of the fielder once again. Just a single. done. 10 for 4. Slowly getting back to looking like a cricket scorecard now. Oh, that's beautifully played. But they've got a fielder there. Just a single.
For the loss of 4. Zambia into her second over.
Ooh, that was a wayside no ball. Wasn't too far away from the stumps, Arman.
Yeah, but over the waistline. No ball signaled. Another free hit. There's an opportunity for the batters to just free those arms, get some runs, lighten up the situation a little bit.
Well wide outside off. So slowly a partnership building. A good delivery there.
The dot delivery. Dot delivery is becoming a constant at the moment.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. It came out of nowhere. But sadly, she will not get the result she deserves. Just gonna be a couple that deserved a boundary, Herman.
Yeah, that was a fantastic shot. It was really timed to perfection. But well, 15 for 4. That boundary didn't come in.
You could see the disappointment on her face when she saw that it's not going all the way, and it's in the air, but just safe. Beautifully bowled there.
Once. 16 for the loss of 4. Final delivery of the fourth over. Dot ball, Aryan. Not a bad over. So 2 more overs of the power play. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a good over there. They managed to get a few runs. Slowly, just the partnership building and getting themselves back on track. Still a long way away, of course, considering that they've already lost 4 wickets in 4 overs. That's beautifully played behind square. Can they come back for a second? And they decide against it, which is a very interesting call. Could have come back for a second, in my opinion.
Yeah, they should have taken the double, I feel. This is the time that you want to add in those runs, a little pressure on the fielders. Also, Aryan, you don't want to lose another wicket here.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Imagine being five down inside the power play. Definitely cannot get any worse than that. And by the intent that they're showing, that they're looking to go for the big shots. Ooh, good bit of turn there. Oh, that she's chased the wide one and she's almost given away a catch. In the end, the single taken. The idea was right. Nobody out on the offside boundary, so she could have got a boundary if she hit it well. It was a bit too far for her liking. It's in the air, and once again safe. Certainly living by the sword. Uh, Looks like they're just trying to finish the game as soon as possible, whether it's by going all out or finishing off these runs. Certainly don't want to play out the 20 overs.
But I think the idea should be to take the game much deeper. What do you say?
Again, even more flight. Punched the way down to long on. Just a single. If you look at the scorecard, they're going well, getting some singles, but the risk that they're taking to get the singles is my concern at the moment.
Yeah, they've been playing at the edge of the seat.
That's beautifully played there. Once again, he'll not reach the boundary. They'll have to scamper back for the second.
Well, they're back for the 2 runs. Good running between the wickets. Aryan, you see that
Yeah,
22 on the board for the loss of 4. It's not a bad start. These two batters getting some runs here.
yeah, they're kind of on track with the run rate. It's just that the wickets column doesn't paint a pretty picture.
Yeah, but I'm sure they can always fix that moving forward. Not losing the wickets would be the key thing at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. Wickets is the name of the game at this point. Change in bowling, Amalian. And that's 12 outside off. Looked to me that it was a wide, but umpire thinks otherwise.
Yeah, that was a little close call, I would also say.
It's in the air once again. And on the second attempt, they have gotten their fifth wicket. Just what we feared. They were leaving dangerously. They were taking their chance. And Kesara has to depart. What do you think of this shot?
That was a loose shot, and we'll have to pay the price for it. It's a good catch on the rebound, but she made sure that she doesn't drop it. Big wicket and fifth wicket down. Just when that partnership was building, they're again under a lot of pressure. Now half of the side back into the dugout. Aryan.
The last delivery of the power play. Akila just defends it and quick single here. Just manages to get in. The end of the power play. Negeri Sembilan women struggling. Lost half their side for 24.
Another very good power play. Losing wickets. Half of the side back into the dugout. And not only that, we've also got just 24 on the board. Aryan, well, pretty early to ask you, but who do you think is going to be winning from here?
I think it's looking more like Pahang at this point. They seem to be on top at the moment, but cricket is a funny game. One good partnership here, and you never know. Especially after they won they lost the toss rather, and they were put into bat. They've made an absolute feast of things. It's beautifully bowled, sharp turn there. The fielding definitely seems to be better than we saw from Negeri Sembilan early on. Looking for a quick single, and this should be a run out. This is Harakiri. There's never a run there.
I would say.
Looking to force the issue,
Oh.
and they've lost their sixth.
I think that was suicidal, absolutely suicidal. There was no need for that single. The ball was just around the field. What has she done there?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That is the last thing you need when your team is already half the side down.
Not a very impressive start here. They're just gifting wickets. They're not prizing their wickets.
Once again, you need to appreciate the fielding efforts here from Pahang women. They've definitely been the better of the two sides, especially in the fielding department. They've effected 2 runouts and they've taken 3 good catches.
Yes, the catching has been very impressive.
Oh, interestingly, the umpire does not signal wide. Sharp turn there. Sharifa into her second over, on the verge of bowling a wicket maiden, albeit it being a run out. Last delivery of the 7. And there's an appeal there. That looked to be close, but maybe turning too much. 7 overs done. Negeri Sembilan 24 for 6.
Yeah, they've been in totters at the moment. Negeri Sembilan struggling with those wickets falling at regular intervals. Just when that partnership was building, Malin continues,
That is a wayward
starts
start
with a
from the skipper. Much better. Again, the batters just looking to go across the line. They don't seem to be having a clear plan at the moment of how they're going to chase this.
they're under a lot of pressure as well.
Again, some hesitation in the running. There was a close LBW shout.
Are in a lot of dot deliveries building up as they've lost a lot of wickets as well.
That's much better. Just pushing it down for a single. We saw a lot of running between the wickets from Pahang women. Maybe they should try and take a leaf out of their book on how they rotated the strike. The field at the moment still seems well spread, but that is because of the intent that the Negeri Sembilan batters have shown. And there's an appeal. Ooh. Umpire says it's out. 7 down, Negeri Sembilan. The batter could not believe it. And I must admit, I'm not too sure about that decision either. But Negeri Sembilan, 7 down now. Arman, how did that look to you?
Yeah, that was a very good appeal. 7th wicket down. Amalin picks up her second wicket. 26 for 7. That was a very interesting celebration as well after that, Aryan.
Yeah, which is why I think the umpire just schooling them on that. Let's have a look at the LBW appeal. Look at the celebration from the wicketkeeper and the fielders, which is why, as you can see, the umpire directly just intervening and schooling them on what needs to be done, how to maintain the spirit of the game.
That was interesting to see, to be very honest. It's the keeper who started, and then after that, 4 or 5 fielders joined her. Aryan 26 for 7. Did you expect that to happen?
Definitely not. I was expecting a better fight, but things are not over yet. You never know how things might pan out. But at the moment, looks like Negeri Sembilan reeling. Arman, do you think this score has anything to do with the wicket? Yes, we can see the ball turning a bit. But after winning the toss and electing to bowl first, we all thought that was the right decision. But looking at how things have panned out, do you think it was a wrong decision at the toss, or was it just the execution that wasn't as per what they expected it to be?
I'll just get back to you after this delivery.
We'll have to wait for that
Oh,
because
there's the wicket number 8.
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead, Aryan.
wicket number 8 here, and I think this game is done and dusted. If there was anything left, any life left in this game, that catch has ensured that we're almost done. Let's have a look at this again, Herman. Over to you.
Yeah, I was trying to just pull that away. A very good catch there by Jot. Square leg field. As she takes the catch. 8th wicket down. Noor walks in at number 10. And I think there is nothing wrong with the decision from the toss time. Bowling first was always going to be a good option. One, they leaked a lot many runs, I would say, inside the power play, that ones into twos. And when they came out to bat, they lost a lot of wickets because of that short selection. The batters were clueless, is what I can say.
Yeah, I think that's very well summarized. I think the decision at the toss was the right one, going by the history
Yes.
of this tournament and going by the conditions this morning. I think the decision was a correct one, but it was just the execution that has been well below par.
Yeah,
Now
rightly
they're
said.
on the verge.
Just the execution.
Yeah, no batters have got themselves into double digits in this innings. The highest score being Kesara with 9 of 12. But the rest of it looks like a phone number.
You rightly mentioned, that is something I would say really that you want to reflect when you go back. Probably just have a check what went wrong, what needs to be fixed.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. But take no credit away from Pahang. That's a beautiful piece of fielding once again. Yes, they know they're probably going to win this game, but they're still putting in all their efforts to ensure that this game is done as soon as possible. Yeah, going back to the point,
I think
all credit
the fight,
to Pahang.
the fight should be on no matter what. Oh, that was a good delivery. And there's the wicket. Aryan, 9th wicket down. Over to you.
Yeah, this came as a surprise to me. I thought it beat everything, but turns out it probably hit the pad. And she's been given out LBW. 27 for 9. Let's have a look at this again, Arman.
Yes, that was a tipping delivery coming in. If she misses, the bowler gets the reward of it. Just one more wicket away now from victory.
If you have a look at the required run rate right now, it's just 6.64, which I think in a T20 is manageable. But again, it's the application that we were talking about, or rather the lack of it, which has cost them this in this eliminator. The 1 wicket away. Amalin looking for her third now. Quick single here. Could this be yet another run out? And the umpire says not out. So we'll have to wait a bit longer for this game to belong to Pahang.
wait for one wicket will remain. We'll have to wait a little longer.
I think Amalin is definitely fancying her chance here of getting a third. Bowling to the number 11. Been a number 11 myself in the past. Never the best situation to be batting in. There's an uphill here just down the leg side.
Pressure as well.
Yeah, it's never the best position to be batting in. Lots of pressure, especially if you have a capable batter on the other side. All you can do is just defend the ball. You always end up in situations where you're either trying to save the match. You cannot play your natural game. But if you're number 11, you probably don't have a natural game, right?
Yeah, that's a valid point. I think in the modern day cricket, almost everybody can bat. Again, that number 11, the only pressure they have is that there is no wicket left behind. So that's one added pressure I feel on them.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Thanks for the motivation for me, Arman.
Anytime, buddy.
And interesting, we will have a drinks break. Like this game to just still before that, but not to be. The umpires into the protocol, and rightly so. So we'll take a short break. Welcome back. Last rights, rather, being done here at the KTJ month in Eliminator number 1. Just one wicket away from victory. Sharifa into her final over, 2 for 7. It's in the air, just short of the fielder. Could this be a run out? This should be the end. And it is. So they've won by a convincing 71 runs. And they've ensured that they are the one who will be taking 5th or 6th in this tournament. Arman, your final thoughts?
Excellent performance. I think they batted really well. At halfway stage, we all knew that it was a winning total, but this would be such a big winning total. I was not really sure about that. And their bowlers have to be credited, their fielders have to be credited. Good catches, good run-outs. The bowlers bowled in the right channels. And the Negeri Sembilan has been bundled out with just 28 on the board. Aryan, over to you.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Let's have a look at the batting scorecard first, or rather the match summary. Pahang women started off really well with Noor Hidayah, 21 of 21 run a ball on a difficult wicket, but good support from Noor Iman and Noor Aimi, which led them to 99 on the board with 15 extras. On the bowling front, the pick of the bowlers was Aimuni, 3 for 13 in her 3 overs, well supported by Noor Mia, 2 for 14 in her 4. The run chase, we knew it was going to be difficult, but they really made short work of it. Did Pahang, bundled out for 28, nothing to talk about in the batting front. For Negeri Sembilan, the pick of the bowlers was Amalin, 2 for 5, Aula 2 for 6, Sharifa 2 for 7, and 2 or 3 runouts ensured that this game was done and dusted in no time. Pahang women won by 71 runs. And that's it for this game. Hang around for the second game of the day. Thank you so much.